Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Showdown live battle. I'm not Orangejuice and we're actually going to have a Generation 6 OU Monotype battle. And we're going against Admin Matrix 23. I don't even know why you would put the 23 there. That doesn't make you special, except 23 is a prime number, so maybe that does make you special. Anyway, looking at his team, it's a fighting team, and I guess I should basically look out for everything. But it's nice to know that fighting's not very effective against poison, and that gives me sort of a type advantage. But then you never know what's going to happen in these monotype battles, so let's get this battle started. I'm going to lead off with my Crobat, and by doing that, I can either perhaps even go for a Brave Bird, knock something out first turn or something, or I could go for the taunt, shut something down, and it could basically go anywhere. Now in comes this panda, and I don't know what this panda does except it has that what's that thing called? Power up punch. And I don't know. I think this Crobat might be an important member. I just don't know how much yet. And you know what? I'm just gonna go for the Brave Bird, see how much damage that does, and I actually get a crit. I don't know if that mattered, but I'm going to assume it did because Pangoro looks pretty bulky, but I mean, that's just me, right? So in comes this Lucario, and I'm just going to U-turn out into something that can deal with it. And actually, it's going to Mega Evolve and go for the Bullet Punch, and it doesn't kill me, I'm fine, so it's all shits and giggles. Now I can go into something that can deal with that thing. I don't know, Tentacruel sounds like a good candidate, but I'm not sure if it actually is. I could go into my Nidoking. It's Scarfed, so I'm actually going to just do that. I'm going to go into my Nidoking. Nothing in his team is flying unless his Terrakion's like holding air balloon or something like that. So I'm going to go into my Nidoking, go for the Earth Power. The Bullet Punch is not even going to do half to me, and now his Lucario is dead. And things are looking pretty good. I still have all my Pokemon alive. Well, my Crobat's sort of about to die, but it's nice to know that you knocked out two Pokemon without having any of your own go in the same way. What? It's been a while since I've recorded these videos, so keep in mind that if I go off into a weird tangent talking about drugs or something like that, then that's not me talking. Well, actually that is. You know what? I don't even have an excuse. You win. You get the party cake, something, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so we're still waiting for Matrix here to make a move, and it would be really nice for you to make a move really quickly because this is on YouTube. Congratulations, you are famous. But in comes Hope, and Hope is a Keldeo, and Keldeo is mean. So I'm going to go into the Tentacruel because Tentacruel pretty much walls that thing, I think. And not to mention, Tentacruel's a specially defensive beast, so I might actually just go ahead and set up a layer of toxic spikes just to get rid of everything's what's his face? Everything's focus sash if they decide to have that. So I'd rather have my Tentacruel asleep than anything else. So I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam, and I'm actually faster, so that's interesting. But now I'm asleep, and now I can decide what I want to do. And perhaps what I want to do is go into my Gengar because Gengar walls that thing pretty well as well. So yeah, I'm just going to go into my Gengar. It's going to go for the Sword Stance. I'm not scared of that thing. The best thing it can... I mean, I outspeed it anyway. It's not like Mach Punch can hit me unless you hack. And I'm fully aware that you can hack, but I don't think you're that smart. Just kidding. Okay. I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. And the Breloom is going to die, and that's pretty unfortunate for him, I suppose. Now in comes the Keldeo, and I'm assuming Hydro Pump's coming my way, but I really don't care. I'm just gonna sack this Gengar. In comes the Hidden Power. I guess that's Ice or something like that, cause it didn't seem like it did too much damage. Maybe I'll just go for another Shadow Ball and just knock it out. Or do I want to preserve this Gengar? Well, he has a fighting team. I think it's best to preserve this thing for the time being. Now, he's going to switch out into his Infernape, and this gives him a nice opportunity to set up, so I don't like that. Maybe I should go into something that's better equipped to deal with that shit, like my Crobat. It's probably going to end up dying this turn, Stone Edge or something like that. And nope, actually it goes for the Earthquake, so I didn't predict that at all, but that turned out pretty well. Now, I guess I'm going to go for the Brave Bird just to knock it out, perhaps. I think Crobat's faster than Infernape, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna go for... Oh, it has Mach Punch. Not that it's gonna do much to me because I'm poison and flying. So, yeah, Brave Bird's going to knock out the Infernape, and hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back, and let me go ahead and tell you about how much of a great invention food is. Except it's not an invention. I'm just saying this because food is amazing. Seriously, you guys should all go get food. On a separate note, it seems Keldeo is back in, so I'm just gonna go for a Brave Bird knock it out. Except nope, that thing must be scarfed because it's faster than me. And I should have known that earlier. Why I didn't is a mystery to me. So I'm just going to go out into my Venusaur, because Venusaur, it's not going to die to an Icy Wind, and I'm not even going to Mega Evolve, because I suspect I'm going to be battling someone that's watching this battle currently, so I'm not going to reveal that I'm Mega Evolvable, let's say, and I'm just going to knock out that Keldeo. And the last Pokemon this guy has is that Terrakion, and I'm just gonna stay in, go for a Petal Blizzard, see if it does damage or anything, but really, it's already a won game. I pretty much won. And, yeah, I mean, oh my god, I don't even know what to say. I don't like how shiny Terrakion looks, to be honest. I would much rather prefer the original thingy, because the original thingy looks pretty badass. Now, let's bring back in the Nidoking. It's scarfed, it's blah 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 blah, Earth Power, and the Terrakion is dead. And that is going to be GG, and we're going to go look for another Monotype battle, basically. And I shall be right back. And welcome back to the second part of this video, where we're going to be battling Wally, who has Monotype team straight out of the 7th Circle of Hell. We have a bunch of dragons there, and that's basically never good. And by the looks of things, I don't know how I'm even going to survive through this, but I mean, I have a poison team. He can do anything. So I think I'm going to lead with my Crobat again, because it's a pretty good lead. It's an awesome lead. And yeah, I'm basically going to lead with the Crobat, and we're going to see what kind of journey Wally's going to take us on. Because, to be honest, I'm quite excited how my poison team fares against a bunch of dragons. And this poison team's actually really good against fairy teams, but I'm not sure how much that holds against these things. So in comes the Latios. I'm assuming it's going to go for like Psychic or something like that, Psyshock, or maybe even Draco Meteor. So I'm going to U-turn out into my Drapion, and my Drapion actually has Assault Vest, so even if he went for Draco Meteor, I wouldn't be taking too much damage. Haha, predicted! And now I think I'm just going to go for a Crunch, maybe, or should I go for a Poison Jab? I think Poison Jab's the better option here, because looking at his team, except for Garchomp, everything else takes neutral damage from Poison Jab, so I'm going to go for Poison Jab. Latios is going to go for Roost, so that's a bit sad, but at the very least, it's poison, so we have that. And I'm just going to... Oh, what am I going to do now? This is an interesting thing. I'm actually going to bluff the choice item for the time being, and I'm going to go for another Poison Jab. Latios is going to go for the Surf. I go for another Poison Jab, and the Poison is going to finish the Latios off. So that was a pretty good start. And... well, I mean, I wasn't even thinking of the possibility that I could beat that team, but now I am. And to be honest, I should think much more highly of myself. I'm an amazing human being, and I am great at these battles, right? Now in comes the Salamence, and Salamence is a fucking bitch. And I'm sorry I said that, because Salamence keeps destroying me, like, in all kinds of ways possible. And I'm assuming that thing's gonna go for, like, Earthquake or something like that, maybe even Outrage. And I don't know what I want to do. I'm just gonna go for the Poison Jab for now, because I really don't know what I want to do. And the Poison Jab doesn't poison, but thankfully the Dragon Claw gets a crit but doesn't kill me, so it can't get its Moxie up just yet, at the very least. So now I'm going to go into my Nidoking, perhaps. Or my Crobat. She's probably going to go for the Dragon Claw again, just to finish off my Drapion or do a lot of damage to, I don't know, another Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna go into my Nidoking and Ice Beam that thing so that it dies. Jesus. And yeah, in comes the Nidoking. The Dragon Claw is going to do a shit ton of damage, but at least I can... Oh my god, this sucks. I'm gonna have to go for Ice Beam. Oh my god, I don't know. What if the Salamence is scarfed? Like, yes, I can't do too much at this point, so I'm just gonna go for Ice Beam, and that thing is indeed scarfed, so I am apparently the biggest dumbass in the entire world, and things aren't looking good. Now I can go into my Venusaur, though, and this thing is sort of meant to be a wall. I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for the Curse, and if things go well, then things might go well. Unless they go wrong, in which case I'd be very, very concerned. But I do manage to get the curse off, and that's good for a couple of reasons. Now Salamence can't kill me, and now I can just synthesis and get my HP back, basically. As long as you don't get a lucky crit, I should be very, very fine. I think that's how it works, right? Now, in comes the Garchomp, and I'm wondering what a Garchomp can do to me. Well, it can Mega Evolve, that's for sure, so that's scary for one. I'm gonna go for Petal Blizzard just to see how much damage that does. That thing decides to go for Earthquake, which doesn't do much at all. I'm going to go for a Curse. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna go for a Synthesis after that. Basically, this Venusaur is going to be unstoppable soon unless that Kyurem Black has Ice Beam, in which case I still have thick fat, so it's not that bad, but things might get really bad, to be honest. And I'm going to go for one more Synthesis just to be on the safe side. And now that I'm at 100% HP, I can just go for another Petal Blizzard and get rid of that Garchomp. And something interesting to note here, I'm pretty sure that Garchomp is the one that's Mega in that team, because nothing else can go Mega, but I'm wondering why she's not going for it. That's interesting, but I mean, whatever, you can't cry over spilt milk, or I can't find a better idiom for the situation, so I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm going to go for another Petal Blizzard, and the Garchomp is going down. And am I the only one that thinks Petal Blizzard is sort of a weird name for a physical attack? Because I think it is. Now in comes the Kyurem Black, and this is the concerning part. I don't really have anything to hit that thing with. I have Earthquake, but I don't think that's going to be doing much, so... Well, we'll find out. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and it's going to do 59%. That thing's going to go for Dragon Tail, so things aren't that bad. And because that thing has leftovers, I can safely go for an attack of my own and not be worried about, getting killed first, basically. So I think I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb. It's going to do neutral damage to all the things in her team, and Focus Blast is probably going to miss anyway, so I'm never going to use that. Come on. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb, and it's going to kill the Kyurem Black. And because this Gengar is Specs, I fully expected that, so that's pretty cool. Now, I'm assuming she's going to bring in the Salamence again. It's scarfed and everything, so, I mean, why wouldn't she? Right? And when that happens, I'm going to be very concerned because something might die. Nope, in comes the Hydreigon, and do I want to preserve this Gengar is the question. And the only thing this Gengar can be good against is this Hydreigon and that Kingdra. And because I think I can deal with Kingdra with the remaining members of my team, I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb. I'm probably going to regret this, but I don't care. Let's go for a Sludge Bomb. It's going to do a nice 75%, but then the Gengar is going to die, so that's a bit sad. But this Crobat should be able to clean up, and when I say clean up, I mean go for Brave Bird and do some damage, because damage is what it does best, except not really, because it has Taunt and Roost, and it's meant to be more of a defensive pivot instead of an attacker. But it has an attack nevertheless, and something's dead, so that's pretty good. Now, in comes the Kingdra. I don't know what it wants to do. I'm going to go for the Taunt first, just in case it wants to, like, go for Rain Dance or something. Nope, it wants to go for the Substitute. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm back to 100% health, and I think I'm going to U-turn out into my Tentacruel. And no, I should not be going into my Tentacruel. I need to save my Tentacruel to kill that Salamence, because I don't think anything else can. So I'm going to go into my Drapion, which is already basically dead and outsped by everything else in that team. So down goes the Drapion. You were a very good Drapion, but you are dead. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm just going to go back into my Venusaur. And the question is, do I want to Curse or Petal Blizzard? And actually, I want to Petal Blizzard, because Petal Blizzard seems like the better choice at this point. And Kingdra's gonna go for Outrage. And that's not good, because it's faster than me. And now I'm at a little bit of a dongo. But, this is complicated. Very, very complicated. I guess I'm just gonna die. Yeah, I'm just gonna die. Yep, down goes the Venusaur. And now I can go into my Crobat to finish off this Kingdra. And then the Salamence should be able to be taken care of with the combined effort of Crobat and Tentacruel, I think. So I'm going to go for Brave Bird. And it's actually going to knock out the Kingdra. Kingdra's not the strongest physical wall in the world, so even this Crobat will be able to, do a nice amount to it. Now, I doubt Salamence can kill Crobat in one shot, so I might as well just go for a Brave Bird before that happens. And actually, that thing has Zen Headbutt, which was scary. That's pretty scary, but at this point, I think I have the match in the... Oh my god. I forgot about Moxie. Damn. What the hell am I supposed to do now? I could switch into Tentacruel, but it's probably going to die. And I could just... Okay, my best hope is hope that a +1 Zen Headbutt does not kill my Tentacruel, because otherwise I probably lost the match. So I'm just going to go for another Brave Bird, though I'm just going to die over there. And now the last thing that's alive is this Tentacruel, and three things could happen here, actually. Actually, four things. The first, a critical hit happens and my Tentacruel dies. Okay. 2, he just goes for the Zen Headbutt and it takes me down low but doesn't kill me. I go for the Scald and the Salamence dies. 3, Zen Headbutt misses. That would be pretty cool. And 4, I just realized there were only 3 things. So, false alarm, there's only 3 things. So, actually, Zen Headbutt can flinch me, so there's that too. So, I'm actually just gonna go for the lulz and go for the rapid spin kill, because why the hell not? Zen Headbutt isn't going to kill me, I flinch, and that is going to be GG. Unless Zen Headbutt decides to miss right here, except it doesn't, and Tentacruel is going to die. And that's going to be GG, and that is also going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, or a subscription. And as always, I will be seeing you next time. Goodbye.